Uh, it was Doug Dixon who told me, not be looking at his fingers like, he'd be looking at me but not looking at me and be going, Rob, we gotta get this Kapush thing off dead center. The Kapush thing is like sitting here and the months go by and the months go by and the months go by and the Kapush thing, it's just sitting here. It's just mess. And we can't get Kapush to do anything. Because he's frozen in carbamide like he's that guy in Star Wars, Han Solo. He's just not available because somebody's iced the guy. How do we thaw him out? And then it's like, well, we finally figured it out. Doug figured it out. Because Doug watered his brain with pitchers and pitchers and pitchers of beer in Superior, Wisconsin over just fretting, not just about the Kapush dealie, but everything that could be going on in the whole northern region of Spur gas stations, Murphy Oil, Musa, Murphy Oil USA, etc. So sometimes you just can't make any headway, and then you got to try to spinorama or do something to try and get the boat rocking back and forth, rather than just sitting dead center where it does. You're just waiting for the high tide to come and bring it up, and that's probably the thing that's going to do it in the end. But in the meantime, a monkey-minded human is just going to say, well, that might be fine and dandy, and then they go and they break the boat. In the meantime, when all they had to wait for was another, 6 hours, and then the boat would have been up. But in the meantime, monkey-minded humans are just gonna go and get busy work and do stupid things and break the boat, like rock the boat, don't rock the boat over, rock the boat, don't rock the boat. Anyway, Doug and I went to see Albert Kapush. And he was down in the borderlands along Lake Superior, maybe it was Cloud Bay, something down there. And Albert was Jack Kapush's dad, and Albert was the most interesting man. Albert was an example of something I aspire to be able to do. And what's that? Albert is able to live off the land. And I saw things in that man's ability that reminded me of the stories of the people who had divining rods in the olden days. If they were going to need a water well drilled, they would find people who were very sensitive to the energies and they would use a divining rod, which would be a Y-shaped, stick, and they could feel where the water was. And now people modern day like me, I would say, well, that was divining people, water divining. It must be me. Because I clean ley lines, Leylines, and those are energy lines. And if the divining rod people, what do you call those people? Water witchers? Hello, I'm a water witch. I must be, because this is all I do is follow these energy lines. So if you need any kind of water witching or you need, intuitive guidance on how things should be, well, hi, my name is Bobby Burrows, and guess what? Um, I help you for free. How does that work? Um, because I'm a fifth dimensional being, and I work on the basis of gift economy, sacred economics, pay it forward 2.0. In other words, rather than continuing to carry money and pay for things, well, I mean, I still have to pay for money with money. But, they always say, well, be the change and, be the leader. In other words, get proactive and get ahead of the curve, because we already had for quite a number of years Charles Eisenstein's book, Sacred Economics, and it has the roadmap off capitalism. And it's like, why are we not off capitalism? We're on Groundhog Day. We're lost in the barrens. That was a good book. Farley Mowat. I think it's time that we need to bring back that book. Future Shock by Alvin Toffler. That's a crazy book, around 1972. Enid Blyton. Good Work Secret 7. She uses Murphy. So what I'm doing, I've got very painful feet today, just now. It's what I would call the fibromyalgia. And I got my golf tee, so people still wonder if I'm still, yes, after all this time, I'm still using the golf tee, because it's just like muscle knots still after all these years. And then the other thing is I use these, quite expensive, these are $45 for a gram. And I go through one of these every 2 days. This is the medication that I use, and what it does is it helps to soften up my muscle knots. Then I work with this. Otherwise, my neck would stiffen up so much that I wouldn't be able to turn it. So, in the summer, now that it's July, my body always works a lot better when it's warm out. So I've been able to go for some good long walks. In the wintertime when it's cold, my body doesn't like it in the cold. And the horrible demonic attack by the electronic attacks continue. And the way this was supposed to work out was that we were supposed to have there's a movie called Big Fish, which is a beautiful feel-good story where all the cosmic characters in your life come back to confirm to, I don't know, maybe your grandchildren that indeed you did know all of these people and all these tall tales are actually true. And that movie Big Fish is the way that we're supposed to finish off 3D 4D Earth, and then we're supposed to realize at the Big Fish party that Jesus resurrects itself, and all of those people that were your long lost dead people come through, and there they are, and they're not dead. And this example is given to us in the Blues Brothers movie, where there's the number by Cab Calloway. Well, it's kind of just, he's wearing an old black suit and it looks, kind of just, I don't know, they just play somehow with the suit, and then something happens and magically the suit becomes, it just pops with magic, and he performs the number. And at the end of the number, the glamour is turned off, and then he goes back to being veiled. So let's see, the Blues Brothers movie, Cab Calloway. Anyway, so yeah, well, these ones cost me some money, and places to stay cost me money. But as far as because it just these things just come and I talk, and if you use them, it's like I like to listen to the YouTube people, and they're free, so we all talk.